You guys, welcome back to King Oles. Jordan Gill has just beaten Michael Conlan in amazing fashion, to be honest with you. A great fight, a great night. Honestly, great stuff from Jordan Gill. Did exactly what he needed to do. Jordan Gill was timing himself so well in that fight. It was brilliant. I was saying in my watch along before the fight, oh yeah, Jordan Gill's got great punch accuracy. Conlan's going to have to watch out for that if a big shot lands on his chin, and that's exactly what happened. I was saying before the fight, Gill needs to get respect early. He needs to get Michael Conlan's respect early. That's exactly what Jordan Gill did by dropping him in that second round. And literally throughout that fight, every time Gill threw, even though in a lot of those rounds from round 3 onwards, Conlan was the more active in the rounds, but a lot of those shots were hitting Gill's gloves, but Gill wasn't too active in a few of those rounds, but Gill was always landing the more meaningful shots though, which could have swayed it his way, but Conlan was he was throwing more, but Gill was landing the better shots round every time Gill landed. He got a reaction out of Conlan. Conlan was on spaghetti legs that whole fight. Ever since that second round, Conlan did not get his legs back under him ever since he was dropped. It was great. The punch accuracy from Jordan Gill is fantastic. The way he's improved from losing to Kiko Martinez, taking a whole year off, coming in, defensively, really good Jordan Gill. Really good defensively, landing some good shots and timing himself so well. And that was a massive factor, that how he timed himself so well. Gill didn't really miss too many shots. Conlan did. Conlan was throwing quite a bit, getting some good uppercuts through. I think it was in round 6, getting some good uppercuts through. And then, but Gill was always able to respond quite a bit with some good counters the whole time. Caught Conlan off guard. Conlan's chin shit, so he was really wobbled by it. But Gill, great stuff. Great stuff from Jordan Gill. So happy for him. Proved me wrong. Proved the bookies wrong. Proved everyone wrong tonight, Jordan Gill. What's that noise? Massive respect to him. Some alarms going off. I don't blame no what it's for. But yeah, massive performance though from Jordan Gill. Needed that win. He needed that win and was just doing all the right things throughout that fight. Stood his ground really well. He stood his ground ridiculously well in that fight. Jordan Gill planted his feet well, took center ring really well, and was just throwing some real good big combos, putting them together, and Conlan was just rocked every single time. I feel like from round 3 onwards, all the rounds were close. I was just giving most of them to Conlan because he was landing more, but I do think that Gill was landing the better shots. I feel like you can make an argument for all those rounds from round 3 to 6. You can make arguments to who won those rounds. Round 1 and 2 I gave to Gill. What is that noise, man? But yeah, overall, Conlan though, where does Conlan go from here? Where does Michael Conlan actually go from here? Because that's 2 back-to-back losses in a row now for Conlan. 2 back-to-back losses in a row for Michael Conlan. It's not great. It's not great for Michael Conlan now. Does Michael Conlan actually retire now? Does Michael Conlan actually retire? Finally, the noise has stopped. But I just don't know. It's a horrible situation for Michael Conlan to actually currently be in. It's not good. The chin is just not good enough for Conlan. I feel like that just affects Conlan massively, how his chin's just not there. Conlan's chin's just non-existent, basically, and it's just going to affect him massively, Michael Conlan. That's the thing. But for Jordan Gill, I mean, Eddie Hearn after the fight was actually mentioning like an Emmanuel Navate fight for Jordan Gill. Like, there's some big fights out there, and I feel like 2024 is a massive year for Jordan Gill. It's a huge year for Jordan Gill, 2024. Big fights out there for him. Big fights out there. Could we see, Jordan Gill try and, challenge Luis Alberto Lopez? Like, there's some big shots out there, big fights out there. I was saying this in my watch only, actually. If Conlan does fight again, I want to see him fight Josh Warrington. Warrington's only got like 1 win out of his last 4. Conlan's coming up back-to-back defeats. make that fight. I feel like Conlan and Warrington, both guys have got a big fan base behind them. Make that fight. But for Gill, he needs to be trying to push on for these title fights. Possibly one or two more. Then he's in those world title fights or something. But Jordan Gill's taken a whole year off, improved so much. He's just so good. The jab was good. The defense was good. The offense was incredible from Jordan Gill. The right hand, he's clearly improved on his power. Punch accuracy improving all the time from Jordan Gill. Just doing absolutely everything right. Planting his feet well. Throwing uppercuts well. Jordan Gill's boxing IQ is way better than what it was. It's just so good and so good to see. Really, really, really happy for Jordan Gill. Did everything he needed to do. Unlucky for Michael Conlan. Needs to come back. Hopefully we see Conlan again. I don't really want him to retire. Not his biggest fan, but I don't want Conlan to retire. I still feel like there's some fights out there to do with him. But for Gill, I don't know who's next. But there's massive fights and massive opportunities for him in the new year. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.